Most people think that toxic friends and counterfeit friends are the same thing. Now, they are similar, but they are definitely not the same thing. A toxic friend will make you cry, get all out of sorts, get down, and be toxic with them. But a counterfeit friend will make you question your entire reality. And today, I'm breaking down the difference between the two so you never have to feel like you've gotten played again. My name is Keisha, and I write books, ebooks, and audiobooks to help pull you from the emotional wreckage caused by the wears and the tears of life, helping you get on your path to healing. If that sounds like something that you're interested in, stay tuned. Today, we're going to be talking about the difference between a toxic friend and a counterfeit friend. Now, one thing about toxic friends is that they are extremely chaotic, they are extremely destructive, and they usually are aware. Counterfeit friend, they are toxic as well, but their toxicity is well hidden. A toxic friend is clearly evident. They're just like a mad storm. They are loud, they are chaotic, they are rupturous, they are damaging. They scream, they fight, they openly criticize. And the good thing with a toxic person, if any good can come out of it, but a good thing with a toxic person, you are not confused about where you stand with them. You know where you stand with them. But a counterfeit person, counterfeit friend, they're a little bit different. I've heard a person say before, a counterfeit friend is like a slow leak in your ceiling. And it's like, it happens over time, right? And you can't see the damage that they are causing, but it happens over time. It happens quietly. It happens in the background. It happens when you're not paying attention at all. They pretend to be your biggest fan while quietly draining your energy, your resources, and even your peace of mind. Toxicity is often driven by unhealed emotional trauma and internal conflict, whereas counterfeit behavior is driven by an agenda. They have an agenda, okay? They are clear about having an agenda internally. For example, with a toxic friend, they tend to lash out because they are unable to regulate their emotions. They're unable to regulate how they feel, so they just lash out on everybody, and it spills onto everyone around them, okay? And it is that internal problem that they have that they're projecting outwardly, right? And counterfeit friends are more dangerous because they are more calculating. The moves that they make, they do with precision. They are nice to your face because they have a specific goal in mind. They want your status. They want access to your social network. They want your money, or they simply may want the emotional validation that you provide, you know? Counterfeit friends are forced to wear this mask because they feel like if they don't pretend, that you will outright reject them, and as you should, right? One of the things that's important to note about these two people is that how they respond when life gets messy is very important, okay? One thing about a toxic friend is that sometimes when you down on your luck, it just depends on their personality as well. Sometimes when you're down on your luck, a toxic friend will kick you while you're down, okay? I've noticed in the past that a toxic friend is loyal. Ooh, they loyal because they too have an agenda, but that's beside the point. When you hit rock bottom, the toxic friend, a toxic person, will naturally kick you while you're down, and they will tell you why this is your entire fault. That was stupid. That was crazy, girl. What you doing? You just crazy for that. Okay. Now, a counterfeit friend, on the other hand, when life hits the fan, they will offer some level of sympathy. In public, they will act devastated, but in secret, they will be so happy because for them, life has brought you down a couple of notches. And so they feel good about your loss because your loss is actually their win. That's important to note the difference between a toxic friend and a counterfeit friend. There is an aftermath to dealing with each one of these, with the toxic friend as well as the counterfeit friend. When you walk away from, and I'm speaking from experience, when you walk away from a toxic friendship, you're feeling battered, you're feeling bruised, you feel like you just been to war, okay? And it takes you a while to recover because you literally have been in a war with a toxic person, right? You're just exhausted. You have unmasked counterfeit friend. It's a little bit different. The reason why it's different because you knew up front what you got with the toxic friend, but the counterfeit friend, you don't feel tired. You feel conned. You don't feel exhausted. You feel like you've been duped. You feel like you've been made a fool of because they have tricked you, right? You start to question that entire interaction and you're wondering, with the counterfeit friend, was any of it real? You look back over the months and the years that you guys have been friends and you're like, was any of this authentic? Were you genuine at all? Was any of this actually genuine? Or was it that I just, like, you deceived me this entire friendship? With all the stuff that's going on today with people in these friendships, you lucky if you make it out alive. I mean, that's sad to say. I'm being honest because I'm seeing more and more stories where people are having these disputes with these so-called friends, and it's ending in tragedy. And that's extremely unfortunate. One thing about a toxic friend, a toxic person, they are not as good as counterfeit people as mimicking good behavior. Counterfeit friends know how to mimic good behavior, whereas toxic friends, they don't know how to mimic good behavior. At least not for more than 24 hours, maybe 10. That's all I'm giving them. Probably not even that long. In closing, to spot a toxic person, you just have to watch how they behave, watch how they move. But to spot a counterfeit person, watch what happens to you when they think nobody is watching. I hope that this video helped. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. All right, bye guys.